Let's
All
kick
right.
this thing off. This is going to be the first of our Clara Bellino Fan Friday interviews. We have the Jeff Classic Popka here with us. Thanks, Jeff, for coming out.
Hello, welcome, welcome.
Welcome. He's running the show already. That's what we like to see. So, Jeff, just to introduce yourself to everyone watching, tell us a little bit about yourself. You know, this could be what you do for a living, a fun fact, or anything you'd like us to potentially highlight.
Well, I'm a music guy. I do a lot of things in the music business. I produce festivals, create festivals, a lot of radio shows. I have an independent record label. We have, I think, currently 8 artists on our roster. We're looking at expanding that. But I do a lot of creative events, the Growlers sessions. I host a radio show that's really crazy called Cookies and Beer, where I actually just eat cookies and drink beer and play music. And yeah, I've been around the block a few times, and I'm kind of established in the independent music world. Spent a lot of time at South by Southwest in Austin, and which our signature event is Texas Indie Fest. And this year would have been our 10th year there. And we have 3 venues. We had about 50 bands this year scheduled. So yeah, it's just kind of an odd year, obviously.
Yeah, of course. It's been impacting everyone, but obviously you're involved in a ton of stuff. And now we'll get back to all the cool things that you're doing. But for the sake of this Fan Friday series, I want to kind of turn the table to your relationship with Clara. So what do you like most about Clara or her music just in general?
Well, number one, I love her vocals. You know, Clara's a songbird. You know, she's pitch perfect, and she writes and performs with passion. Everything's from her heart and soul. And I screen literally 10,000 songs a year, just for various projects. And I can tell the difference when someone's legit for real and doing things for the right reason. And Clara fits that mold. You know, that's what endeared me to her. You know, I met her through Richard Bedell, who's my director of operations. He also owns Fish Creek Radio. But as soon as I met her, I knew she was real and passionate. And that's the tangibles that a music guy can't put into anybody. They either have it or they don't.
Yeah, that's super important. And I guess to kind of pivot from that, how has Clara, or, you know, the sense of genuineness that you get from her, how have that impacted your life?
Well, number one, okay, so I deal with a lot of artists in that, but when I was actually able to meet her in person in Austin 2 years ago, well, yeah, a year and a half ago, I guess now, it's refreshing when you have somebody that's that creative. It's, in all seriousness, I work with a lot of energy and vibration feelings. And when I get a good feeling about somebody, it really opens me up to learn more about them in that. And Claire's just, it's a beautiful soul. And the more you dig into the things she does and what she stands for, what she believes in, you realize that.
That's awesome. And I'm sure, you know, Clara values that very much as well. Just as an independent music artist, that's a huge thing to carry with you in creation. And I guess kind of pivoting off of this as well, you touched on it. Do you have a favorite memory of Clara when it was, you know, you guys meeting or any other time that you'd like to share?
Well, that's absolutely it. We gave her actually 2 slots at our festival. And she, you know, the first time she performed, I went and sat front and center and watched her. And, you know, I just kind of, I fed off that energy, you know, and when I do meet artists like that, there's nothing I enjoy more. That's really why I do what I do, is to connect and spread good vibrations and feel the love energy in that. And Claire's loaded with it. Oh, I think I disappeared there.
Difficulties.
There.
That's all right. It's a new platform, a new world for everybody. So we'll have those every now and again, or twice.
There we go. Let's try that again. All right.
Yeah.
Good mojo.
Yeah, there you go. So I guess we'll kind of kick off the Clara side of things before we turn the table to you. And I just want to ask, if you could ask Clara one question, what would that be?
Where do you find inspiration, Clara?
Oh my goodness. Hi. That's very
I
humble.
guess,
Thank you. Thank you for all the nice things you said. Thank you. I mean, I really enjoyed meeting you as well. And I'm glad that you appreciate those things. Where do I find inspiration? I find, and I don't know how this sounds, but I find inspiration in my dreams a lot. I dream a lot, and I have very vivid dreams, and my dreams really reflect a lot of what's going on, I guess, in my subconscious or not so subconscious. And I literally, a lot of my songs have started there because I'll dream about things that I want to talk about or that are going on. And so they kind of give me a springboard for, I'll give you an example. The other day I had this dream, and it was about the state of what we're all going through. And I was actually at an open house, which is not happening right now where we are. And it was full, it was packed, and there was fabulous food. And a friend of mine was singing on the piano, and I haven't seen her in 20 years. And I was like, oh my God, there's Angel. And there was this guy there, and I said, yeah, well, when I go to LA, you need to come with me because I just need to perform, and I don't want to. And so this whole thing, and then we got walked to a hill where we were shown what the future of music looks like. And it was this, it was this band of, I think like Cyclops, I don't know what you call them, those guys with one eye and just, and they were performing. The future of music was like these 5 dudes with social distancing and going, and I was like, and in my dream, I was like, oh no, please, please, no. We have to have somebody who has something to say. And okay, so there you go. That was an inspiration for a song I'm working on that I think is going to be called Please No.
Great.
So, I mean, but it's something that obviously has been on my mind. It's like, what do we do with our creativity, and how do we all, continue this? But the dream was hilarious to me because, I mean, visually, as like these cyclops going, I was like, no, this can't be it.
I think I have their CD.
You have their CD?
Yeah, the Cyclops. Yeah, I think I do.
All right. I hope I answered your question. That's one of the place, I also, things I care about. I mean, just, I observe people a lot, and I think, universal themes of love and peace. And sometimes I start something by just watching somebody go through some difficulty or whatever it is. And I take the poetic license to elaborate on that. But I love writing songs that are from the perspective of having gone through the tunnel. Like I really like to share the story once I made it to the character has made it to the other side. Sharing maybe the challenge, but also this is how I got over it. All right, I'll be quiet now. Thank you.
All right. See, now that's exactly why I love Clara. Right there.
That's perfect.
Point made.
Yeah, you heard it here first, everyone. Cyclops. That's the key. All right. Well, let's start to flip it a little bit, and let's hear a little bit more about what you're doing, Jeff. If I'm correct, and we spoke previously, you and Clara met through your Texas Indie Fest last year. Could you tell us about what that festival is, who it showcases, and how it originated?
Okay. So we're going back 10 years. It originated, I used to do a podcast on Blog Talk Radio called Indie on Air. And over the years, I was meeting a lot of people, playing a lot of independent music, meeting artists, having music professionals on the show and that. And the people that I really connected with, we started discussing having a physical event, take the virtual and physically do it, and let's all meet. And where else to do it except the independent music capital of the world, Austin, Texas, during South by Southwest. So we said, let's go there. Let's find a venue. Let's put an event on or two and see what happens. And so we built this tour called the Abolitionists Tour, which was designed to raise awareness against human trafficking. And we had all these bands come from around the country, meet in Austin, and we put on shows. That was kind of the start of it. The next year we went back, did it again, got a little bigger, and it just organically grew. It started as a one-day event that turned into a two-day event that turned into multiple venues, and now we do Indie Fest actually nationally. So, and it's just organic, and it was about just getting independent artists together and playing, and that's what we do.
That's so cool. And to hear, you know, the explosiveness of it, especially in the indie music scene, I think it's really important because you're giving a lot of people opportunity. And, you know, I think that's always important. And it seems to me that you're involved in a lot of projects, as you touched on, but something that you seem to hold dear is helping artists get to that next level. So do you want to touch on a little bit about the things you do for artists, things that you do to help them grow, you know, be it financially or as an artist, what have you, and some things that you're doing in that space?
What we do is we create specific projects to help present artists in creative manners. Like we do the Growlers sessions. We'll go into a microbrewery and we'll interview the brewmaster, the owner, and we'll have a day of events and we'll build an event for that entire day. Then we'll have the artists playing. We interview them, we videotape everything. And so then we have the Growler sessions. And so we distribute it that way. So we look at different angles to market artists instead of just music shows, although we do a lot of music shows. We also, I'm actually building a new program along those same lines called Intern Paranormal, where I have a paranormal investigator with me and we talk about different things, paranormal and different events and have guests on in that, but we also feature independent music in that. So it's giving the independent artists yet another platform to showcase their music. We put together a compilation CD for the Abolitionist concert series, which was supposed to launch this year again. The 10th year was coming back. And so we do things like that. We release music. And now what we're doing, we actually cut a deal with another label, which is going to allow us to distribute our artist music through InGrooves, which is owned by Universal, and through The Orchard, which is owned by Sony. So what we do is take artists, develop them, make sure their websites are up to date, things that they look sharp, they're packaged well. And then we're going to pass them on up the line to get really badass distribution.
That sounds awesome. Yeah, I just kind of wanted to touch on those things because you do a lot. And I think it's important to see how those things work together. And I guess given the new landscape of everything, you know, there isn't always that much happening in person, but Clara's a lot about positivity. And I kind of want to make this final question about a little bit of positivity. So what is the number one thing that you're excited for in your future coming up, be it through this situation, after, anything like that?
Well, you know, it's just another opportunity to learn. We'll see, you know, what the landscape's like and who's still here, who's still not. I just know that music will find a way, and we're going to continue to find ways to help independent artists. And I mean, that's what I do. I live, sleep it. I don't do anything else. So I look forward to advancing more artists in the future, regardless of how the festival scope looks.
That's awesome. Yeah. I think it's a really positive message, and I think that's a good thing to end on. So, Jeff, thank you so much for being here. Guys, make sure to check out Clara's website, Clara's mailing list, as well as all of Jeff's fantastic projects. If you want to plug anything right now, Jeff, this would be your last opportunity to do so. So have at it.
Go to ioarecords.com, and you can start from there and learn everything about me.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Jeff. It was great having you.
Thank you, Alec.
Nice to see you both. Thank you so much. Take good care. Thank you. Talk to you soon.
Thank you, Clara. Good seeing you again.
Thank you. You too. Bye. Bye, Alec. Talk with you soon as well.
Bye.